Alrighty. What's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here on this Tuesday evening. Back at you again with another video right here on Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video. Hit the subscribe button down below. And subscribe to all my channels down below in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. And that's pretty much it. And yes, my hair is getting long. It's going to be long. It's going to get real long before barbershops open and I can get my hair cut. Or I can just do it the old-fashioned way and cut my hair, but I'm not going to do it online. I could do it the old-fashioned way and give myself a trim, but I'll probably look ridiculous. It is what it is, and that's all I got to say about that. So, thank you for watching on this Tuesday night, March the 24th, 2020. As we're getting closer and closer to WrestleMania, we are a little over a week and a half away. And after WrestleMania, they're supposed to be taped tomorrow and Thursday. We got Raw and SmackDown already taped. We're gonna get, I guess, taped SmackDown, taped Raw next week, and a taped SmackDown next week, and then possibly a taped WrestleMania. And then after that, we don't know, because supposedly in Orange County, Florida, where the Performance Center is, there is a lockdown that is going to affect Thursday at 11 p.m. So we might not get any WWE wrestling for a while, if this is the case, unless they can be deemed an essential business. You know, it is entertainment, so entertainment, I guess, is an essential business because there's still, you know, entertainment shows on, with Entertainment Tonight's having guest hosts and various other things are, shows are going on. The news is basically, an essential business because you gotta report this shit. And I would assume that it's a sport. Sports is basically all about history right now. We don't know when sports is coming back. Maybe by the summer, if at all. If not by the summer, by the fall, or maybe the winter. So we'll be talking about no NFL draft. Possibility that the NFL season doesn't happen due to this fucking virus. And by the way, when I do that, take a shot. So every time I say this fucking virus, take a shot. So take 2 shots right now. But who knows when sports will be back on TV, when fans will be back in the stands. But there's some glimmers of hope right now. Trump today said that he's sending 4,000 ventilators to New York to help with this fucking virus. And Cuomo's like, we need more. We need more. How many more ventilators do you fucking need, you fucking retard? You got 4,000 coming. You're building 4 hospitals in the Javits Center. You don't need that many ventilators. This thing, they're saying that the apex is coming in 14 to 21 days. Bullshit! The people are getting better in France. They're getting better in China. And they're getting better in Italy. Italy is starting to get better. They had a decrease, I think, today and yesterday with the cases and the mortality in Italy. So that's good news. So maybe the decline is starting to happen in Italy. But here in New York and New Jersey, it looks like it's starting to go up. That's what Cuomo and Mayor de Blasio says. That we have we haven't seen the peak yet. Doubling and tripling every 2 to 3 days. And we got over 500 people died so far in the United States, and almost over 14,000 cases in New York City. And worldwide is about getting close to 400,000. But yet there's like 72,000 people recovering. Oh, but they don't show that. They don't want to show you the facts. They just want to tell you, oh, we're going to have this freaking peak in 14 to 21 days, and it's going to get worse here in New York City and Jersey. You don't know that. You people are dumb. These people are fucking dumb. That's why I believe President Trump. He's on day 9 of this 15-day thing that him and Mike Pence are going after, and the rest of his task force. And we've seen a lot of progress, lots of progress. FEMA is helping out, sending medical supplies to hospitals here in New York and in California and in Washington State. That's great news. You know, they're getting it done in record time, in about 8-9 days, which is unheard of. People are stepping up. All Americans are stepping up. We see a lot of people donating to their local hospital and medical center, which is great, giving them medical supplies that they desperately need. And Trump said we can reopen America. The freaking Dow Jones went up 2,000 points today. 2,000 points after losing about 4%. 2,000 points. And these stupid Democrats want their own stimulus bill. Go fuck yourself. Nancy Pelosi, you especially, can go fuck yourself. I'm being real. Go fuck yourself. Go back on another extended vacation. Just get the fuck out of here. And Cuomo and freaking de Blasio can go fuck themselves, thinking that Trump is being idiotic and, you know, reopening America when this thing could get worse is a bad idea. It may happen, maybe, but we won't know in another 2 weeks. 2 weeks to Easter. And 4 weeks to my prediction that this thing will end by April 30th, and hopefully New York City will start reopening, but that probably won't happen. So my prediction of this thing ending probably may not happen. So maybe by May, early May, maybe end of May at this point. But I'm hoping April 30th this thing ends. I don't want to hear any more of it. I'm getting tired of it. When Trump proves everybody wrong, then you're going to wonder, oh, maybe we should reelect him. Because he's doing a fabulous job right now. Him and his team are doing a fabulous job. And everybody else that are berating him and saying this and that and saying that he's a moron for thinking that he's going to reopen America and the economy by April 12th, which is Easter in 2 weeks. He thinks that's idiotic. Fuck you. And now people are leaving New York, which is a bad idea. Because they go somewhere, they have to be quarantined for 14 days. Now I'm worried about if Rosa comes back anytime soon, she has to isolate herself for 14 days. She can't go anywhere for 14 days. That's going to suck for her. Especially if she has to go somewhere, like get food, and I have to be the one to get the food. I could get, what is it? Oh. Anyway. So, yeah. So, we're getting progress slowly here in the Northeast. But, you know, the To be honest with you, I don't know if opening America by Easter is a good idea. I hope it does happen though. But I think maybe you should reopen it at the end of April. April 30th, you should reopen. Reopen everything. The economy. We open New York. Start lifting these bans. Get the state of emergency. Goodbye. But here in New York, it won't happen because these stupid idiots like Cuomo and de Blasio don't want to listen to reason. And there's stories, with that drug hydrochloroquine or whatever the fuck name of it is. People saying it's killing people. Not the greatest drug in the world, but it's helping some people. Because they're probably taking it in wrong doses. That's why they're dying. And they probably have, my friend Francesca in December's Fall sent me a text yesterday that most of the people in Italy had Advil and Aleve and ibuprofen in their systems when they died. So now they're telling people not to take Advil, not to take ibuprofen or Aleve, take Tylenol. And I think you can take Excedrin. I had a headache. I had a slight headache yesterday. I'm fine, by the way. Just a slight headache. I'm fine. I'm not dying, as far as I know. But I can't die because I'm immortal. So, I took 2 Tylenol yesterday. Went to sleep. Woke up this morning at 5 a.m. Because I can't. I don't know. Something's wrong with my sleep patterns. I'm trying to change my sleep patterns now because I work in the mornings now. I changed my schedule at work to work mornings so I can get more sleep and more rest, especially on my off days. But I'm working more hours now because of this fucking virus, which is good because I need the money bad, and I'm getting a nice raise, not a big raise, but a little raise at work for about, I think, the next 2 paychecks, and then it goes back to probably in May, and throughout, depending on how long this virus goes on for. Hopefully not too much longer. But it'd be nice to get a little bit of a raise, helping out my job, helping out my manager. But yeah. Just got to take it day by day, ladies and gentlemen. Take it day by day, and hopefully you guys are all being safe. And if not, well, you're a bunch of dumb fucks. Especially these idiots going to Florida for spring break, and they came back with coronavirus. Karma bit you, bitch. Karma got you. Now, wait, what are you doing? You're homesick, or you're in the hospital. Dumbasses. And then you leave in New York. Why? Because you can go infect somebody else in another state or another country. People are coming up to me with asking for passport photos. I mean, where are you going? If you're going back to your homeland, that's fine. I mean, but quarantine yourself at least for a week. I don't know how long these people go for. If you're going there for a week, at least quarantine yourself for at least a week, and then when you come back, quarantine yourself for another 2 weeks. God forbid when I get my vacation time, which is gonna be soon. If I do get enough money to go to Florida, I'm gonna have to quarantine myself for a week because I'm gonna be there for a week, and then when I come back, I gotta isolate myself. So I really can't go anywhere. But I'm thinking I'm just gonna take a staycation and stay home for a week with pay, which is always nice, and come back in a week, go back to work, and then take a mini vacation if I have any vacation time left. If I can get, say if I take it in mid-July and then I take another mini vacation in August, if I take it like 3 weeks later, if I can. If not, I'm just gonna have to let it rot. I'm gonna ask my boss, but I'm thinking of taking my vacation after July 4th. I know it's late, but I don't know. I'm gonna hopefully if Rosa comes back, I'll talk about when is a good time to take my staycation and stay home for a week and just do things around the house. And if I have to go out, I go out. I have to go to where I work. I can get some stuff. I'll go. Just say hi. I'm like, I'm on vacation. Yeah. But yeah, that's enough about that. I talked 16 and a half minutes. I apologize for that. And if you don't like it, well, fuck you. So yeah, things are getting better slowly, and like I said, I hope by the end of April we won't be talking about this fucking thing anymore. Businesses will be back up and running. People will be going back to their jobs, getting money that they desperately need, and hopefully we get the stimulus package done, so we can get our checks starting April 6th, and then get our tax return. I know it's pushed back to July, so by the summer I'll probably get a nice big check. Hopefully. So I get maybe 3 or 4 checks coming in the mail. That'd be nice. Get two $1,200 checks, plus my tax return. I'll be in the red. I can actually pay off some of my outstanding medical bills. But we shall see what happens for that, and that's that. All right, enough about that. I talked for 18 minutes and bored you to hell. All right, let's get into what you really came here to see, and that is your late and out of date Monday Night review for March the 23rd, 2020 from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. As like I said, we are just under 2 weeks away from WrestleMania 36. That 2-day event on April 4th and 5th. And already we got 16 matches. 16! No wonder it's going to be a 2-day event. 16 matches already. And we got 2 announced last night. Probably we got a change to the SmackDown Women's Championship. They took Dana Brooke out because she's sick. I don't know. Hopefully not the coronavirus. Same thing with Ray. I heard Andrade was quarantining himself, but he was on Raw last night. So unless she's doing it now, I don't know. Hopefully, I'm hoping nobody in wrestling gets it. I really hope. And I mean, if somebody in WWE or AEW gets it, I mean, it's not their fault. It's really Vince's fault for doing it, but it is what it is. But we probably won't be seeing wrestling till God knows when, because they're gonna clamp down on everything. They're already doing it now with the limited amount of people that can be in these arenas or these places. Gotta have the ring announcer, the people that are wrestling on the show. Assuming there's maybe about 10 to 25 people. I don't know how many. You gotta have the production crew, the ring crew. There's a lot of people going on, and they're trying to do social distancing. I don't know how you're gonna do that, because people are touching each other. And that's what wrestling is. And I think wrestling might be the next thing that get hit when it'll suck. But We'll see what happens. So, Monday Night Raw was a different show. Kind of took a page out of AEW's book. Yeah, a little bit too late there. Lots of different camera angles. And really, brought out a pretty decent show last night. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any more of your time that I already wasted. So we start off the show with, my name is Paul Heyman. And he's in the ring with the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Brock Lesnar. And he opens the show with a promo. He puts over Lesnar's 18 years of dominance. Talks about Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Hulk Hogan brother, The Rock, Randy Orton, and his voice. Ric Flair, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Cena, The Undertaker have all fallen to the beast. Oh, this is before he's in the ring. They get a video. Drew interrupts, noting that Heyman is 100% correct, but things have changed now that Brock has run into him. It was no fluke. Brock has met his match, and he says he will claim more Brock at WrestleMania to become the new WWE champion. I'm hoping it does happen for Drew's sake, but we'll see. He may go with Brock. I don't know. Which will suck for a lot of people. Like, oh my God, I got Brock. Brock Lesnar's still a champion. So we get that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we get to in the ring. Paul says we are in uncertain times, and when we need certainty, he gives us Brock Lesnar. Drew can do anything he wants, but he cannot beat Brock at WrestleMania, which is too big for one night. He says Brock will end him quickly, but won't make it painless. And he assures us that when WrestleMania is over, Drew will be another bitch that tried and got douched out by the greatest champion in WWE history, then, now, and forever. And that was pretty much it. So, once again, a great promo from Paul Heyman, the king. Well, I wouldn't say the king, but he is good on promos. And another good promo. Brock just stood there looking pretty, as always. And they'll probably do something this Monday, or maybe do another recap video, as the go-home show will be this Monday for Monday Night Raw. And we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. A good promo from Paul. And we'll see what Drew's response will be next week. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And we will move on from there. All right, then we get some hype for AJ Styles and The Undertaker at WrestleMania. We will hear from AJ a little bit later. So we get that. All right, then we start off with a replay of the 2015 Royal Rumble, which had then WWE champion Brock Lesnar defending against John Cena and Mr. Money in the Bank Seth Rollins, who was at the time in the Authority with J&J Security at ringside. And I don't even have to go into it. Brock won after basically he was dominant in the beginning, just sending Cena and Seth to Suplex City. And then Cena uses his Super Cena strength and almost won the match. Seth almost won the match with a curb stomp on the Money in the Bank briefcase. Then he sent Brock through the Spanish announce table. And Brock was down through most of the match. And there was a lot of near falls there. Seth Rollins. And he picks up the win after that. So, and then he went on to WrestleMania 31, to face Roman Reigns, who won the Royal Rumble that year, I believe. And we all know WrestleMania 31. He was getting beat up by Roman, and then Seth Rollins comes in and cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase, making it a triple threat match, and he pins Brock Lesnar to win the WWE Championship, and went on his nice little run with the belt. You know, being in the Authority. And then I think the year after he faced Triple H and he beat Triple H. I think it was the year after or the year after that. I forget. But anyway, if you missed it, you missed it. I mean, but still a great match. Really showcased Seth Rollins when in his Authority time, not like he is now the Messiah of Monday Night Raw. The Monday Night Messiah, whatever you want to call him. Excuse me. So, okay, you know, I'm not really fond of these replays, but I mean, you know, it brings back a little bit of nostalgia. I know they're gonna be doing it over the next couple of shows. And I know NXT, they're gonna have the game with Triple H on tomorrow night. And starting next week, they're going to actually have the matches that they were supposed to have on TakeOver, like the women's ladder match, Velveteen Dream versus Adam Cole for the NXT World Title, and Gargano and Ciampa, and then maybe a couple other matches. So over the next couple of weeks, we'll actually have some NXT live, but it'll be taped until this thing ends, and maybe they can continue to do empty arena shows in the Performance Center before, hopefully, I would say by the summer, fans can come back to the arena. But we shall see what happens from there, and then that's pretty much all I guess. And we move on. I'm gonna get more AJ Taker hype for WrestleMania, and that leads us to AJ Styles with the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson with him. AJ hypes the 2-night WrestleMania event and then the match with The Undertaker. He mocks Taker for Michelle McCool controlling his life and then his apparel last week. Well, it wasn't that bad. He didn't come out with his trench coat. I mean, he had his hair in a big old ponytail. Then he makes fun of makes fun of Taker for taking Twitter pics with a tiger in his pool, and we see the video of that, which that was a little bit low, but okay. AJ is greatly amused by this and says that wasn't Taker, and that was Mark, and that he hasn't been the same since he lost to Brock, and Michelle took his soul and Mystique. AJ doesn't want Mark Calloway, he wants The Undertaker, but he's nowhere to be found. And he says he will give us what we want, and he will bring back the dead man, and proposes a boneyard match, whatever the fuck that is. And he says when it's over, he will bury The Undertaker in a perfect plot, the one that Michelle picked out when she buried his career. Ouch. So I'm thinking a boneyard match is kind of like a buried alive match, without it being called a buried alive match. Or there'll be maybe they'll fight in a graveyard. I don't know. It's going to be a weird match. But I assume that I really don't want to see Undertaker lose. Because I'm a big Undertaker mark. I would hate to see him lose to, of all people, AJ Styles. I'm a big AJ Styles fan too, but, you know, I like the Undertaker more. But we'll see what Taker's response might be next week, if he's even on the show. And we'll see what happens with that. And we move on from there. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we're going to move on from there. All right, then we get Zelina Vega, Angel Garza, and Andrade interviewed in the back with Charlie Caruso. And Zelina Vega is like, "Hey, Charlie. You're looking, what is the word? I don't know." She starts talking about her boys will prove why they are the most skilled team in all the WWE when they win the Raw Tag Team titles at WrestleMania. So that match has now been announced that the Street Profits will take on Andrade and Angel Garza for the belts. There's a lot of people saying we're supposed to be the AOP, but since Razor is injured again, or he's sick, I think he's injured again, that they had to make this match on the fly. So we get that. And it was funny that, Angel is still hitting on Charlie. Charlie's smitten with Angel. And then they end the interview, and then Angel comes back, and he's like, hey. And Charlie's like, whoa. She almost came in her panties, which wasn't a bad thing. But, yeah. So, I think Angel Garza got a thing for Charlie Caruso. I mean, even though he's a freaking engaged man. But I digress. I wouldn't, I would do Charlie Caruso, but so I told her she's one of my favorite announcers. And she said, thank you. Give me a hug. Because I'm such a VIP, a very important Peter. But I digress. That's all I got to say about that. So I gave that segment 2.25 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Then we get to Andrade and Angel Garza taking on Cedric Alexander and Ricochet, the most buried talent in the WWE. And Selena Vega's at ringside as well. And match was all right. It was okay. Also, Ricochet going berserk on to start. Cedric joins him. And then they start beating up Andrade. Andrade cuts him off, and then Angel Garza pulls some shenanigans. And he with the tag roll, which was kind of funny. And he dumps Ricochet to the floor. And then the Street Profits come out and join commentary, which really bored the fuck out of me. As we go to break, we come back. Andrade is in control of Ricochet. They tag in and out, working on Ricochet. Ricochet tries to battle back. Garza stops that. Andrade comes in and they double team for a near fall. Ricochet comes back with an enziguri. Looks for a tag. Cedric comes Garza, and then a slingshot flatliner gets a near fall. Tags back in on Garza. And Ricochet hits a running shooting star press. And then all 4 men in a ring. Garza's cut off by Ricochet. As we go to break, we come back. Andrade trades blows with Cedric. Cedric hits a back handspring kick for a near fall. And then Andrade cut him off. Falls with some double knees for a near fall. Garza comes in, falls with an inverted slingshot suplex for a near fall. Then he grounds and pounds a little bit. Tags bang in Andrade. They double team on Cedric for a near fall. Then all four men are in there again. Andrade takes out Ricochet. Garza picks up a near fall. Then hits a moonsault for a near fall. Andrade comes in. Ricochet makes the save. Falls with a tope con hilo. And then Cedric hits a Michinuki driver for a near fall. Andrade comes back and does that spinning Judas effect. And I don't know what came out of Cedric's mouth. I think it was spit. I mean, we saw this big glob of spit come out of his mouth and knocked out Cedric. 1, 2, 3. Andrade and Angel Garza picked up the victory. Match was all right. Nice 20-minute match. I gave it a good fun match. But, would have been better with the crowd, I think. But that was that. And then after the match, the Street Profits hit the ring and clear things out. As we see Andrade and Garza holding up the Raw Tag Team belts on the ramp. And that was basically it for that. So, yeah, a little bit of hype towards the WrestleMania match. I think the Street Profits will retain. I'm going to do my pins for night 1 and 2. So I'm going to do right back. I'm not going to do back-to-back, but I'm going to do one whole video each and every match. I don't know how long it's going to be. Probably be an hour, maybe hour and a half, depending on how long I go. But I'm gonna talk about each match, break it down for you guys, and give you my predictions for night 1 and 2 of WrestleMania. And then when WrestleMania ends, I will do night 1 and 2 in a video, in one long video. Give you my thoughts on night 1 and then talk about night 2. I'm not gonna do them separately. I want to do them in one. So I don't give a fuck. That's all I gotta say about that. So we get that, and then right after that, we got the Street Profits taking on Shane Thorne and Brendan Vink of NXT. We all know Shane Thorne from TM62. I don't even know what happened to the other guy. What was his name? I don't even know his name. I don't even know what happened to that guy. I think he's gone. He busted his knee. We haven't seen him since. That was like a year or so ago. Anyway, this was just a showcase for the Street Profits. They beat the crap out of Shane Thorne and Brendan Vink. Getting near the end, Dawkins tags in, runs around, and hits a spine buster. And then Montez Ford goes up top, hits a beautiful frog splash to finish it off, and they get the win in about 3 minutes. So 5 stars, and that was that. And we're gonna move on from there. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Excuse me. All right, then we see video of R-Truth attacking Riddick Moss and winning back the 24/7 title for, I believe, the 31st or 32nd time. Jesus Christ. Just give him the belt, man. Just make it the R-Truth title. He wins it every single time. I feel bad for Riddick Moss. I mean, he's the longest reigning 24/7 champion. I think he lasted about 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, almost a month. That's pretty impressive for a guy that was a jobber in NXT. So jobbers do hold titles for a long time. Oh, Zack Ryder. Twice, Zack Ryder. Twice. He held the United States title, I believe, for a little while. Then he held the title with the Raiders. Obliterated. And then their careers went back down the drain. And that's pretty much it. So congratulations to R-Truth winning the belt for the 30 millionth time. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Let me move on. All right, then we got a sit-down interview with the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler. Charlie's talking, and Shayna's like just staring a hole right into Charlie's soul. She talks about how intimidating and dominant she is. And Charlie's looking a little bit nervous. And then Shayna's like, "What's wrong, Charlie? You think I'm gonna bite?" And then they talk about her biting Becky a couple weeks ago. Shayna says Becky will lose and that she loves to destroy. And she wants the title because of that, and that will destroy Becky. And then the lights go out, or actually Becky attacks from behind. You know, the lights were out and we couldn't really see Becky until Shayna went, "Ugh!" And then she attacks her with a chair. That was it for that. So it was a okay segment. We'll see what happens on next Monday on Raw with these two ladies. I still think Shayna will win the belt. I really don't think Becky will retain. Shayna wins in an empty arena. Not like everybody else is going to win a title. Going to be in an empty arena. And nobody is going to give 2 fucks. That's all I got to say about that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. And that's pretty much it. All right, then we get to your squash match of the week. I don't know why this happened again, because we've seen this match on Main Event. It was Aleister Black and Leon Ruff of Evolve. And yeah, this is I don't know why Leon asked for this rematch. Basically, it was the same carbon copy of what happened. Aleister Black sitting down. Leon Ruff's like, "Get up, Come on, get up. Aleister grabs his foot, spins him around, boom! Black mass, knocks his teeth in the next Tuesday for a dentist appointment. And Aleister Black picks up the victory in 55 seconds. And we find out later that Aleister Black will take on Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. That should be pretty good. Decent, I wouldn't say good, but we'll see what happens with that. I think Lashley's going to lose because Lashley's going nowhere, even with Lana. I don't even know why. Why is he still with Lana? The storyline went nowhere. After the whole wedding thing, it went nowhere. With Liv Morgan, that thing disintegrated really quick. I mean, just ended already. It's stupid. It's just weird to see Bobby Lashley still with Lana and going nowhere. So yeah, we get that. So we'll see what happens at WrestleMania with Aleister Black and Bobby Lashley. But this match I gave a 1 out of 5 stars. It was just a squash match I could care less about. Further match. And that was it for that. And we move on. All right, then we get my boy, Kevin Owens, arriving. He said he called up Seth last week, and he never got an answer for his challenge at WrestleMania. So he invites Seth to the ring. Seth comes out and says that this place is nice, but finding here doesn't give Kevin an advantage. Kevin did train at the Performance Center and earned his job in the building, but he only got that opportunity because the building was built on Seth's sacrifices and success. He says he worked in he didn't say shitty, but I think he worked in the crappy FCW warehouse and was beaten down from day one, but he came back, suffered, and overcame. He did that for people in a rebuilt system, but Kevin is selfish and stands in his way, and they all owe Seth for building NXT and everything that it's become. Without Seth, there is no Kevin Owens. And he wants to know why Kevin wants to fight at WrestleMania, because he has a great track record at Mania and has more Mania moments than he can count. IC title, cashing in WWE, cashing in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 31, getting RKO to hell, that epic RKO at WrestleMania 31. He had a couple others. I think WrestleMania 32, 33 when he beat Triple H. WrestleMania 35 when he beat Brock for the Universal title. He's had a couple, I think, with the Shield, maybe. I'm not too sure on that. But he's had some pretty big moments, and Kevin hasn't had any. And he mentions that. And he says that everything's been a failure. He wasn't even on WrestleMania last year because he was injured. And he says, you can't beat me on my worst day, and WrestleMania is never his worst day because under pressure, he becomes a god. And that's it. So good hype going to the match at WrestleMania. I think Kevin Owens will win the match. Finally get a WrestleMania moment and winning a match at WrestleMania. Since the last time we saw him at WrestleMania, he lost. I forget to who. But that was that. I think he lost to Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon the last time we saw him. I think that was at WrestleMania 35. No, not WrestleMania 34, I should say. Because Daniel Bryan fought at WrestleMania 35. We all know how that ended. So it was a good promo. I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that was that. So we'll see what happens this Monday night, if there's anything between Kevin and Seth. And that's it for that. And we will move on. All right, then we get a replay of WrestleMania 34 from 2018 for the SmackDown Women's title. Charlotte taking on the then undefeated Asuka, who was undefeated for 900 days. And she won the Royal Rumble that year with the Women's Royal Rumble. Challenged Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title. We all know Shinsuke won the Men's Royal Rumble, challenged AJ Styles for the WWE title and lost. Both of them lost. We all know what happened here. It was a good match. Still, probably one of Asuka's great matches that she's had before they ruined her career at this WrestleMania, because her career went downhill and then sort of resurrected when she won the SmackDown Women's title at TLC, and then kind of went back down a little bit, then resurrected a little bit with her and Kairi Sane teaming up as the Kabuki Warriors to win the WWE Women's Tag Team belts, which they're going to lose at WrestleMania, because that match is going to be made official on SmackDown or this Monday on Raw, that the Kabuki Warriors are going to take on Alexa Bliss and Nikki. And Nikki and Alexa will win back the belts, because really they got nothing for Asuka and Kairi Sane right now. I think they're going to go back to Japan. I really hope they don't. I will miss Asuka, but I miss Kairi even more. But I think Kairi's going to stay. She got a long way to go, man. Give her the Raw Women's title. Let her face Shayna Baszler. Shayna at SummerSlam, which may or may not happen, or may happen sooner. Who knows? So Shayna may or may not be a long-term champ, which will suck. But yeah, we see this rematch. Charlotte wins. After getting her arm basically ripped out of her socket, she locks in the figure eight. The one-arm figure eight. Asuka taps out, ending her undefeated streak. And remember, it was in New Orleans, the same place in the same arena where the Undertaker's streak ended due to the hands of Brock Lesnar. So if there's another WrestleMania in New Orleans, you can guarantee there's going to be a streak broken. But we'll see what happens with that. So we get the match. And if you missed it, you get to relive it. You'll probably be reliving it on ESPN in the next coming weeks anyway. So, I mean, they showed WrestleMania 30. I don't know what's going to be on this weekend. I think it's WrestleMania 30 or WrestleMania 35 or 34, something like that. I forget. I didn't follow what they're going to show. So anyway, after they show that, we see Charlotte in the back with Charlie and comments on the match, calling it inspiring. She says she's the master class at making history, and she's going to win the NXT Women's Championship for a second time at WrestleMania, and tells Rhea Ripley to watch her stuff to study up. I think she is watching some old tapes, so she knows what Charlotte's all about, and she will bring it at WrestleMania. I think she will retain NXT. So I think Rhea will retain and continue on as champ until somebody decides to, whether it be Candice LeRae, or be, who knows, maybe be Chelsea Grant, right? Or Mia Yim. I think that's be Mia Yim or Io. Io needs the title in the worst way. I think Io should get it first and then Mia Yim, but that's it. And that's that. So I get that little segment 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we get to the end of the night. We get Randy Orton and his monotonous voice. He comes out to answer Edge's challenge. And doesn't go in the ring. He stands on the ramp because he's a badass. Stealing my move, by the way. And even though I perfected the Gilmore Cutter. Nobody gets up from the Gilmore Cutter. Nobody. If you want to try me, you come to New Jersey and try. And that's all I got to say about that. So he says he's misunderstood because it came from a place of love. He's here and he tells Edge that he's sorry. 3 weeks ago, he lied to Beth. And Edge is actually a junkie for his own ego, for being himself, for being Edge. Orton says he was handed an opportunity because of who he is, his last name, but he wasn't guaranteed a Hall of Fame career. I doubt that. Multiple, I think 12 or 13 time champion, multiple time tag team champion, beaten legends and like Mick Foley. It's not gonna beat Edge, sadly, but it's that. He says he worked hard, won titles, and that wasn't handed to him. He says Mick Foley didn't hand him the torch. He took the torch at that sick match. I forget what pay-per-view it was. It was No Way. Was it No Way Out? Or Judgment Day, I think it was. When they had that hardcore match where Randy Orton got dumped on thumbtacks and got busted open with barbed wire on the barbed wire bat. And really, I think it was right before he won the Intercontinental title, around the same time. Anyway, he says he went from being a prospect and became a legend because he has grit. He didn't stay home for 9 years. He has longevity in an industry that certainly lacks it. Yeah. He says he's a constant on WWE. No one has accomplished what he's done, including Edge. He says Edge is an opportunist and would have taken the same path as Orton if given the chance. Everything he's done is out of love for Edge and his family. So he sent Edge back home to be with his daughters, Lyric and Ruby. But now you want a last man standing match at WrestleMania. And he says, you may be writing the story, but I'm going to write the final chapter and I'm going to end it. And then he accepts the match. So we have now made it official. Edge, Randy Orton, last man standing. It's going to be barbaric. I don't know. It could go all over the Performance Center. It could go outside the Performance Center. It could go into the next county. Who knows? This match is going to be barbaric. I still think Edge is going to win and have his little WrestleMania moment. And I don't know if he's going to have any more matches after that. Maybe with maybe have another one with the Undertaker. Who knows? But he's going to have some matches with maybe some new people, like maybe like AJ, or with I don't know, maybe with Drew McIntyre. Maybe with Brock, who knows? But we'll see what happens after that. But like I said, I think Edge will win the match with either the RKO on a chair or a concerto, and then Randy Orton doesn't get up. And yeah, he's gonna ride off into the sunset, go back to being a father to his 2 kids and a husband to Beth. And that's all. That's really all I got to say about that. So I gave the segment 3 out of 5 stars. Very good promo from Randy, and we'll probably get a recap video on Monday Night Raw this week. Probably be a bunch of recaps on Monday. I don't think there's gonna be any matches. Probably just a recap palooza like what NXT was about a week or so ago. So. Yeah, so get ready for a recap of Palooza on Monday Night Raw, unless they have a couple matches here and there. But we'll see what happens with that as we get to Monday Night Raw this Monday night from the Performance Center. So, all in all, not a bad episode of Raw. I gave it 6.5 out of 10 stars. And we'll see what happens on NXT tomorrow with The Game of Triple H. We talk about Gargano and Ciampa, maybe the stuff with NXT TakeOver, what was going to happen. Stuff like that. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll give you my review on Thursday. I'll do my AEW review tomorrow night because it's going to be a good show. Cody Rhodes taking on Jimmy Havoc. And Cody Rhodes is actually going to be doing commentary with Tony Schiavone. That should be funny as hell. And probably some more matches here and there. We got Matt Hardy and Chris Jericho, I think, having a stare down or a meeting or something like that. So that should be interesting. Broken Matt Hardy, wonderful, yes. So we'll see what happens with that. And more on AEW Dynamite tomorrow night. And then we got NXT tomorrow night. We got SmackDown this Friday with the Usos taking on the New Day to see who faces Miz and Morrison for the SmackDown tag team titles at WrestleMania. I can tell you right now it's going to be a Bucks. I think Miz is going to become a triple threat match at WrestleMania, and I think Miz and Morrison will retain. I really don't want the Usos to win. It'll be a boring. It'd be a boring merry-go-round of people with the belt on SmackDown. They'll probably give it back to the New Day for the 8th time. Then Miz and Morrison win it back for the 2nd time. Well, I think the 4th time. I don't know how many times they held the belts previously. And so we'll see what happens with that. And then Monday Night Raw, the go-home show before WrestleMania, and then NXT with their supposed takeover special. They're gonna be showing us the matches that were supposed to be on Takeover over the next couple weeks. So that's gonna be good. And then next the SmackDown after that, the go home show. We'll see what happens with that. Probably another recap show. And then WrestleMania on Saturday, WrestleMania on Sunday with 8 matches total. So we'll get that. I might do a really late night one. Like I said, I'm thinking of. I don't know if I'm gonna do a night 1 and night 2 separate videos, or I'm just gonna do one big giant video of WrestleMania. I'm not too sure yet. I mean, it's up to you guys if you want me to do a night 1 video and then a night 2 video, or just one big smorgasbord. But it's up to you guys. We'll see what happens with that. So that is it for my review. Thank you all for watching. Once again, 6.5 out of 10 stars for Monday Night Raw. It's a pretty decent show. They kind of copied it. They should have done that weeks ago. But WWE be stupid. And that's why their ratings suck. And they did a little over 2 million views for Raw last night. Horrible. After having 2.3 million last week. 2 million. Horrible. Fucking horrible. That's why the WWE sucks right now, and AEW is just demolishing them. AEW is just demolishing NXT in the ratings every week. They're demolishing WWE, period. I mean, Vince should just give it up, man. AEW is the alternative right now. It is. It's the best show right on TV today. On any day of the week. Well, if you put them on Monday night, it'd be the best Monday night show ever. Put them on Friday night, it'd be the best show on Friday night. And right now, the best show on Wednesday night and in television, period. Better roster. In my eyes, I think they're the better roster. Better wrestlers. But I digress. That's it. The WWE just can't handle AEW right now. And that's all I got to say about that. So thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe to this channel and all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. If you're on Facebook, just type in Peter Gilmore. You'll find me somewhere. Send me a friend request. Maybe I'll accept your friend request, maybe, depending who you are. If you're on Twitter, my Twitter link is down below in the description box. At Gilmore Inc. is my handle. So send your questions, if you have any, to my Twitter page. Send me a DM or send me a tweet, and I'll read your questions on the air whenever we do a Q&A. And that's pretty much it. So that's it. Thank you all for watching. I'm about to feed my cat, and I got to go back to my parents' house because I got an early morning shift tomorrow, my last morning shift of this week. Back to back to back. So the final day of that. So I got to get ready for that. I'm going to have some dinner and then go to sleep and get you wish you had, and you really wish you had my money right now in these trying times. You need the money, and unemployment ain't helping you. But hopefully you get that stimulus check. Then you might have the money that you wish I had. I digress. So that's it. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll be back tomorrow with my AEW review. But for now, I'm Peter Gomez signing off for this video. Peace out. Rock on. If you're not down with that, you can go suck a fat cock. And that's too bad for you. So I'm out. Peace, you sexy sons of bitches. Wait, did I say sexy? None of you are sexy. I'm the only sexy one here. Fuck you. I'm out. Peace!